Get ready. Hello, this is Elizabeth Clare Brewington with Discover Bright Side, a multimedia channel where we discover new authors, filmmakers, products, and services. And we have so much fun because it's not just a sharing of information, but we also network, we connect, and we are really busy and we're very excited about it. We host 3 to 4 events on Zoom a month, and then we share it and we introduce this holiday season. We will be introducing 40 new products and services. So we are very excited about it. But today, we will honor our Brightside Empirical Review. As you know, we review products, services, and books. And every year we pick our favorites and then we share them with our network. So today is our holiday open house as well as our awards as well. So Colonel Donna Ford has served with the U.S. Army, U.S. Air Force. Today I'm having one of those days. And she has done 30 plus years. She's a fully awarded, as they call it, she's completely medaled, and she is someone that we're very proud of because not only has she served the US Air Force, and as you know, not everybody can get into the Air Force these days. We've got a lot of kids that are going into the military, and they say it's the hardest one to get into. And then to be a woman and then to be a colonel, that's a big deal. So without further ado, I also want to say she is our two-time ambassador. This is one of the highest awards that we give out every year, and she has served us as a fabulous ambassador, a spokesperson for us, and we are so proud of her. She has also won 4 years. I was looking through my notes, Donna. I had said 3 years, but 4 years in a row, she has been our Brightside Empirical Review and Trailblazer. So she is someone we're very proud of, and thank you for your service and for what you continue to do. So over to you, and everybody's going to get 5 to 7 minutes to introduce themselves, and then we'll get into our big program. So over to you, Donna.
And before I talk a little bit about who I am, some of you in this room will know this name when I mention it. Cindy Harrington has been a member of this group in the past. She owns a bridal store near Fayetteville, North Carolina. She has lost her mother. So for those who know that name, Cindy, please pray for her and her family. I don't know any of the details about any services or anything, but I just know that she texted me earlier today to let me know that she was going through some stuff. So
Yeah,
please
and if
pray
you
for.
get her address for us, Donna, because I don't know whether she sold her store. So please find her address for me so we can send her.
Yeah, I'll try and get a hold of her later tonight or tomorrow and see if I can, get some of those details for you. But so anyway, I'm just a little, um, I guess, concerned for my friend. So if I'm a little unprepared, that's why. Whenever
Oh,
you hear that
it's
someone's loved one, especially a mother, passes away, it
yes.
sort of hits you pretty hard. Um, Anyway, so I'm Donna Ford. As Claire said, I was in the U.S. Air Force. I served for 30 years, some of it as a reserve officer, some of it on active duty. So I have 30 years total, some of it spent in the active reserves. I've been all over the world. If you name a country, I've probably been there. I was in two wars, Desert Storm, the first Gulf War, and then I was in the Balkan Wars that were fought when Yugoslavia fell apart. Basically, a genocide ensued, and the uh, America and our NATO allies had to step in and stop the genocide. And I think we still keep a few forces in Kosovo, but I'm not sure about that. But for many years, we've maintained some forces in Kosovo to keep the peace in the former Yugoslavia. So. Um, After I retired, well, first of all, let me share one quick thing that makes me so passionate about what I do. I work with a company that most of you have heard of. It's called Mutual of Omaha. I'm very proud to work with them. I just today was looking for some news articles about Mutual of Omaha, and I found out that they're now ranked number 4 in the country for their life insurance offerings to people. So I was pretty proud of that because I always knew they were up in the upper tier of life insurance company. I didn't know they were number 4. So I'm pretty proud to announce that, to be with a company that's that well regarded by, and this was from Investopedia. It was not from some group that you don't have never heard of. And a lot of people go to Investopedia for insurance and financial advice. So I would trust that they do a lot of surveys and know what they're talking about. Um, when, first of all, let me ask you all a question. Can all of you, by a show of hands, remember exactly where you were on September 11th of 2001? Just raise your hands. Do you even just remember where you were, what you were doing? Okay, good. It must have been a pretty big day for you, wasn't it? You immediately reacted. You said, yes, I remember exactly what I was doing, right? Well, for me, I was at work that day at the Pentagon, right? Typical ordinary day. It was a Tuesday. Beautiful, crisp, kind of fallish feeling day, even for September in Virginia. And within just a short amount of time, everything, went south. Obviously, I got out of the building, but 9 people I worked with that I cared about didn't make it out. And I didn't know that right away. I found out only later when, the things got sorted out, because it was hard to identify people that have died in that kind of a uh, unusual way, right? There's not a lot of things to identify or help to identify who they were. So, what led me to what I currently do with life insurance and financial preparation was because of that day, right? I realized when I got home that evening that I had not prepared my husband well enough for the fact that I might not actually make it home one night. I actually thought I was going to die overseas in some weird place, and he would find out, a day or two later that, Donna didn't survive this situation she was in. And no, here I am. I'm just sitting in the Pentagon and a plane flies through it. So you just never know, right? Life is a wonderful thing, but it's very tenuous. So it led me to realize I've got to be better prepared. I've got to prepare my family. I've got to let my husband know where all my papers are. My life insurance has to be sorted out. My financial preparations have to be understood. My power of attorney, all these things I had, but he never knew where they were. He just let me take care of everything, right? So I share this with you for 2 reasons, so that you understand that you have to do that for your families. You have to show them, open the drawer in your office and say, here's where all my important papers are. You see this folder marked life insurance? If something happens to me, pull that thing out and call that company and tell them, hey, this is horrible. My mom just died, just like Cindy's doing right now, right? I'm sure she's going through all of that. So don't wait till a catastrophe happens. Do it now while you've got the presence of mind to find the wills, find the life insurance policies, find the estate plans, find all those important papers that you've hidden away in a drawer somewhere or have in your office. Don't wait. It's very important that people know where your stuff is. And I had a will, but it's because the military makes you get one. We have several, veterans here in the room, Bill Peckney and Reg. There might be some others. I can't see everybody that's in the room right now, but you have to get a will when you're in the military, because guess what? You're in a very dangerous profession, and the odds of you not coming home one night, pretty darn high. The only people I can think of that have a higher death rate than veterans might be first responders, right? Firemen, police, people like that. But when you're in the military, it's a pretty good bet something bad's going to happen to you one day. So anyway, that kind of lack of preparation really was an eye opener. So when I retired, I started working as a defense contractor, but eventually I was approached by a life insurance company to join them. At first, I said, gee, I don't know. I don't know much about life insurance other than I got some, but if you want to talk to me, I'm willing to listen. And the more I heard about what the job entailed and how I get to help people prepare for those days that they don't want to think about, I said, that was me, a few years back. I was not prepared. I'd not prepared my family. I just assumed I was going to live a really long life. I never imagined that this catastrophic thing would happen and affect our lives now permanently, right? We all understand that since 9/11, our lives have never really been the same, especially if you travel on an airplane right now. You know the differences between um, now and then. So I'll wrap things up by saying this. If you feel like you don't know what you have is sufficient, or if you feel like you don't understand what you have in terms of insurance or financial preparation, if you have these lingering doubts about, am I really ready if either I get, unfortunately, I don't make it home, or I just get hurt and I can't work. If your family depends on your income and you don't have disability insurance, you need to think about that because it's more likely in right now for one of us to get disabled than die right now, right? Because I was in a very bad car accident in April. I almost died. I was hit by a tractor trailer, right? Thank God I didn't die, but I was out of work for a little while. So it can happen in the blink of an eye. You may be doing nothing wrong, and just something really odd happens, and you're now knocked off your feet and you can't work. So I share these things because learn from the challenges I've had and some of the mistakes or lack of preparation I've had, and don't let that happen to you and your family. So if you're worried about that or want to have a conversation, let's chat. And I'm happy to do that for you and provide that reassurance that you've got all your plans in good shape, or if you don't, then we can figure out what you're missing. But very pleased to have all of you here tonight. And if we don't get a chance to say it at the end, I hope everyone has a beautiful holiday season and enjoy some time with your family. God bless.
Thank thank you. Everyone, please tell us where you're from in the chat. And if you want to share your website, please do so. So that if anyone here who's in the live recording wants to reach out, they can. And if your shopping links on Amazon or your website, tell us who you are. And let's get back to the program. That was a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much. And Donna, at the end, I want to learn all about those lovely medals that you have. So
Okay.
since I have Amy on my screen next, Amy, I'm going to let you go next. So go ahead. And I don't know if Laura's here. Okay. Her PR agency was very efficient and said that I had to bring her on. So I'll bring you on next. So Amy, hello, and please introduce
Hello.
yourself. And Blythe is here too, and her books are second to none. You've got to see them. All right, over to you.
Awesome. Thank you. Very different gear here, but my name is Amy Robertson. I live in Southern California, and I was a stay-at-home mom for a lot of years. And then COVID hit, of course. My kids were, two of them were in college, one was waiting to get married. And so we were all stuck at home, finding things to do, working out, and drinking some wine. I guess some bottles got a little dusty. So in that process, I was trying to find something to solve a problem that I had, and I couldn't find it. So I ended up inventing a product, basically. It's called Dry Meister. I'll show it to you here. I don't know if that's going to focus or not. But what it is it's a kitchen tool that dries the inside of things that we can't reach our hands into dry. So things like our water bottles or carafes or decanters, flower vases, things just that either, even if they go through the dishwasher, they come out wet or kind of scuzzy glass or whatever. So I was going to do a little demonstration for you here, but this is the drying wand. And this is one of the drying heads. The starter kit comes with 6. There's 3 standard and 3 small. So you just screw the handle onto the drying head. And then I tried to kind of pre-wet a couple things here, but here's a wine glass. You can see the water drops. I feel like I'm teaching a class or something. But anyway, so what you do is you just insert the drying head and it just dries the inside. It's really great for delicate things like champagne glasses or delicate wine glasses. You don't have to worry as much about breaking it. So it's very effective. It works very quickly. Here's like a really thin flower vase, so you can just stick it in and it really just dries it in a few seconds. So it's been a really long journey. It's been really fun. That happened obviously in COVID. It took 2 years to design and engineer and manufacture the product. I did try to find someone that could make it in the United States, but I could not find a company that could make it. So I ended up finding a manufacturer in China, a really good manufacturer, and they've done a great job. I have a relationship with them, lots of meetings. I had to find the material, which took a long time because it has to leave a lint-free finish and a spot-free finish. It has to be absorbent, but then not drip back down, because when it comes out of narrow openings, like a sponge, you don't want it to drip back out. So lots of thought into something that looks so simple. But I started on Amazon, so it's available on Amazon. And and my website, drymeister.com, and then Walmart as well. And it makes a great gift. Right now it's $24.99 and it's on sale 15% off till the 24th. But if you are looking for something for yourself, it dries things you can't imagine. People tell me like they have a glass lighting fixture and they can wash it, but then they can't get in to dry it, or like hummingbird feeders. I hear from all sorts of people different things that they use it for. So that is my story pretty much in a nutshell. Just a lot of growing experiences. When our youngest was in college, that's when COVID hit. My husband and I had decided, let's just wait a year to make any big life changes, just kind of get used to the new norm. And then COVID hit, which became the new norm. And so that's how I kind of got back into work. So I've been doing this full time and it's been really rewarding. And I hope it inspires you all to pursue something if you can't find a solution yourself, to maybe try to find another way to get answers.
I love this product. I tried it and it's really good. And Stephanie's waving to you because she's in Southern California as well.
Okay.
So we're going to just move along because we've got a lot of people today. So I'm going to go over to Laura and then Stephanie, I'll bring you on next. Okay. Hi, Laura. And
Hi everybody.
aroma.
Happy holidays. I love your idea, Amy. I manufacture aromatherapy products and we use small test tubes to fill. I need one that's super tiny of those. So I'm the founder of Adora Therapy. We are a brand that's focused on something quite unusual. We are energy healers, but we do it in an interesting format. We sell products that are aromatherapy based, and we do aura readings using very special software. And we deliver a service inside of our retail stores in Miami and Asheville, North Carolina. And we allow people to see not only what's going on with their aura colors, which is sort of like a horoscope for your energy. It tells you who you are and how you're vibing in the world, but we are also able to see people's chakras. And then we have a very beautiful collection of chakra-based and aura-based healing scents that we've developed and that we make, hand make in Asheville, North Carolina. So they look like perfume, but they're not. We call it aroma perfume. And each blend is made with 6 or 7, sometimes 9 very beautiful exotic essential oils that have like a specific scent and frequency and healing mission that helps you feel your best self. So I came to this business from being an entrepreneur for many, many years, lived in New York, had a very fast-paced life, started my first business at 26 and I'm now 60. So I've been an entrepreneur for over 30 years. And when I burnt myself out, I had to look for alternative ways to heal myself. And so energy healing was something I wasn't really comfortable with. I wanted to do things that were a little bit more, medical and let's say Eastern, not Western. But over time, I had to kind of go and look at alternative ways. I'll call them woo-woo adjacent ways to address the things that I had to heal, which were not only my physical body, but also mind, body, and spirit. So my brand really is there to help people know themselves and heal themselves. We really believe that people are their own healers, and that spray of a beautiful scent that is made to be breathable. So most of you probably know this, but you might not know. Your perfume is not. It's usually made with alcohol and synthetic ingredients for the fragrance. Most of them are petrochemical, whereas aromatherapy is made with essential oils. They are beautiful natural ingredients that have chemical attributes that are going to be absorbed through the bloodstream and the nose. The limbic brain has a wonderful way of taking scent and creating new neural pathways to retrain you. So a very beautiful breath that's intentional, focusing on the energy field or the chakras, can be the most healing thing you can do in a day, and you can do it anywhere, anytime. And it's kind of like running. You can put your sneakers on and run anywhere you want, but if you need to go to a gym, it's going to take you longer. we're an alternative to your $30 yoga session, your 30-minute yoga session, or your very expensive gym membership, because you can breathe right now, anywhere, and have a healing moment. So that's my story, and I'm excited to be here tonight.
Sorry to hear about the hurricane and how it affected your business. Asheville
Yeah.
got really hammered. My husband and I have been through 4 hurricanes and
Oh my gosh.
changed 3 cities. We lost 2 homes, so we know absolutely 100% what you're going through.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah, we had 2 storage spaces that got completely flooded, and we had just built up all the inventory for the year. Our business has been growing, and of course we lost everything, and then our business is now down about 80% in Asheville because the tourists haven't quite come back yet. But the silver lining was that we had opened a store in Miami. We were very lucky that the hurricane that came after missed Miami and went to the West Coast. So we got, 2 hurricanes, but one hit us, one didn't. Usually it's Florida that gets it. And it's been a really interesting 3 months, as an entrepreneur, really trying to understand how to find the silver lining in all of this and use this as fuel to continue growing, adapting, pivoting, like all of you, you know what that's like. But thank you. You gave me goosebumps because I try not to think about the hurricane much anymore. But of course, when you mention it, it really hits home. And, I on 9/11 was on my way to Windows on the World for a women's conference. And the only reason I didn't end up on the top floor of the World Trade Center on that day was that my babysitter called in late. So, I do believe that we have divine reasons that we're here, and we have to find all the good in all of it and figure out how to keep going.
But you're really a champion and great inspiration. And thank you for coming. What a great story. And
Thank you.
we will continue to promote you all through the holidays and then some.
Thank you.
Stay in touch, and I hope you come back to the group. Yes.
Thanks for letting me speak early. I appreciate that.
Okay. Okay, so Helen, I will get you on next, and I know Blight and Stephanie, I'm going to get you all on to Spotlight. All right, welcome, welcome,
Okay.
welcome. Tell us about
Yeah.
what you do, and welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. And hello, everyone. And thanks, Elizabeth, for inviting me. So first of all, really nice to meet all of you. And if I sound strange, if my accent is funny, that is because I'm bringing you greetings from Finland in Europe. And it was so nice that Elizabeth invited me to share this evening with you. And the reason why I am here is that I'm the founder and CEO of a company where our aim is to do our little bit to make the world a little bit better place for both people and animals by making scientific information, scientific knowledge of what animals need actually to be happy and what animals need to improve their lives, to make that knowledge easily available to anyone. And my own background is both as a research scientist at the University of Bristol in the UK and University of Helsinki in Finland. And then I have also been writing books, mostly for the Finnish-speaking audience for quite a long time. And once you have spent 30 years writing, you start thinking that it would be really interesting to do something else as well. And the world had changed. The world is so visual nowadays. Most people are getting their information from screens, and so visual and interactive communication is what works in today's world. And so I teamed up with some really brilliant artists over here in Finland to start developing ways to bring easy access for in-depth understanding in what animals actually are and what they need. Our first project was a graphic novel, a comic book, where the idea was to convey, to let people know what the world looks to a horse and what do horses need to have a better life. Because many people genuinely love horses and at the same time inadvertently can cause quite a lot of pain for them, and quite serious health problems are surprisingly common among horses. And knowledge would be the most powerful key to help make that better. I don't know if I can share my screen. Elizabeth, can I do that? Sorry, I can't hear you. You're muted.
Dr. Helen, let me bring you a little later to do the presentation because right now
Okay.
we're doing introductions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what time is it in Finland?
Well, it is 2:30 in the morning.
Thank you so much for staying up for us. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize
Um,
you were in Finland. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I'm here at our office. We actually had our Christmas party this evening, and then here at the office we had just one little room where there is a bed. So if anybody needs to rest, that's for that reason. So I just took a nap of a few hours, and then I
Oh,
then
thank
I came here to join
so
you.
appreciate you, but we want to see those slides. But talking about
Yeah.
animals and pet lovers, you can't meet anyone better than our speech therapist, Stephanie. And Stephanie's going to tell you about little Lola, who is a French bulldog. And we have had so much fun with her. And because of her, we've got so many pet lovers in the group. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And we've been trying to find causes to help with animal shelters. And Dr. Helena, you are the first horse story that we have on this channel. So over to you, Stephanie.
Hi, thanks, Elizabeth. And actually very interesting. My mother is an equestrian, so I've been raised around horses my whole life. And here is Lola, the star of the hour. I'm just the sidekick, and she has her Christmas attire on for everybody since we're supposed to be celebrating the holidays. So as Elizabeth mentioned, I am a speech language pathologist here in California, Los Angeles, and Lola is actually a therapy dog. She has been coming to the office with me to work with children with special needs for many years. Unfortunately, because I don't know what it's like in San Diego, but up here in Los Angeles, the city's going to hell. And I say that because French bulldogs are being stolen left, right, and center and by gunpoint. And they just had the other night another French bulldog, a 12-year-old, where somebody had cased the house and snuck in when the owner was taking its other dogs out for a pee and kidnapped their 12-year-old medically fragile French bulldog from the backyard.
It's terrible.
Yeah, so Lola does still make appearances in the office, but since I am all over the internet along with my office address and I stay late at night, Lola now makes guest appearances, and she's not on a regimented schedule anymore, so nobody knows when she's going to be there, which has been a little unfortunate because the kids really miss her, as do the parents, because originally I wanted a therapy dog to work with children, but then I also saw all the wonderful benefits that Lola had with working with parents. And so as you, Amy, stuck in the pandemic, I always wanted to write kids' books. And since I was working on virtual therapy, I always wanted to try to reach more people. Because everybody loves Lola when you meet her. I mean, how could you not? Yes, I'm biased and I have no problems admitting that. But she really is a great dog. But I wanted to be able to reach more people and help more people. So I started writing my kids' books, and I've written a few. My first one, which is about bath time, because Lola does have a genuine love for baths. And her next book, which is currently in production, has to do with baking a cake. I wanted to target language elicitation in regular daily life activities, structured routines, because that's how everybody learns. We do better by routines, and especially children, and especially those that have communication disorders and challenges. So, like I said, our first book is about bath time. Our next one, which is Little Lola Frenchie Bakes a Cake, there is also going to be the recipe in the back of the book, so people can make Lola's cake at home to help generalize language with family. And Lola's sister, since yes, I am an animal lover, Lola's sister, who is sleeping somewhere, is a French bulldog rescue from the Chinese meat trade. And she makes an appearance in the photos in the second book. And that's me. And well, that's us. And that's really her.
Well, make sure that everyone has your link, and it's a fabulous book. And it is for children, but it's also good for anyone who wants to work on their speech therapy. So I enjoy the rhyming, and it's really a beautiful book, and appreciation for bulldogs. And yes, this is terrible that they're being kidnapped and mistreated. So we do have a lot of work to do in that area. So Blythe, did we? Here she is. Okay. Blythe's book came in like last week. And Blythe, I know I'm going to do a lot with your book because I absolutely love it. So go ahead and tell us about it.
Hey everyone, I'm Blythe. I live in Colorado, and the two books that I had sent to Elizabeth are books that my mom and I wrote together. The first one is called I Love You, Mom. And then the second one is we also co-wrote this with my teenage son called I Love You, Dad. And just to kind of share a little bit about how these came about, Donna shared a little bit about her friend Cindy, who just lost her mom. And my mom had a difficult relationship with her mom. Her mom was very verbally abusive, and she didn't get, the kind of love and appreciation that she would have had wanted as a daughter. And so growing up, then becoming a mom to me, it was important for her to share words, just affirmation and life-giving words to me. And so what we wanted to do was to write a book that was basically word gifts to moms, and just to share with moms how important they are, and the role that they play is so special. And so we have a book called I Love You, Mom, that has about 25 different words of affirmation. You are a treasure, or you are loved, or you are seen. Like, they're all just different ways to just express to the mom who she is and how she's seen. And so every entry in the book would have an inspirational story, maybe something from our life, or just something that we see that's true about moms. Standing outside at the bus stop in your bathrobe in the morning with your slippers, drinking your coffee and waving as your kids go off to school, and like just the way that moms show up for their kids. And then every entry has a word gift attached to it. So it is a 4-color gift book that can be given to a mom or a mother-in-law, or maybe you are a mom and you have a daughter and you want her to know how appreciated she is. This is a book that you can give to her as well. There is a place in the very beginning of the book that is to mom, where you can write a personal note. Almost like having a bunch of different greeting cards, but it's inside of a book. And so it's like a greeting card smash up inside of a book, where you can write to the mom or to your daughter who is a mom, just how you see her. And we've really heard from people that it's been a way to help heal their relationship, that sometimes you just don't know what to say. My mom struggled to find a proper card for her mom around Mother's Day or birthday, because she just didn't want it to seem not genuine. Some of the words in those cards were always so fluffy and fancy, and she just didn't feel that way. But she wanted her mom to know that she appreciated her role as a mom. And so that's what I Love You, Mom tries to do for moms. And then on the other side, for dads, we wanted to write a book that would encourage dads in their role. We did find some statistics this summer when we were releasing the book, and it was about 80% of dads feel like the work that they do goes unrecognized. And many of them felt like, what I do doesn't matter as much because no one notices it. And so we wanted dads to know, hey, your role is important. The work that you do, the man that you are. We're not trying to paint people in a picture perfect life, or say everything's great and everything's fine, but we just recognize the stress that men feel, that dads feel in their role, and the weight that they carry as, either co-providers or the sole provider in their home. And so my son, William, he is 15 now. He was 14 when we released this book, but he had written all of the jokes. So the I Love You, Dad book, whereas the mom's book has word gifts, the I Love You, Dad book has dad jokes at the end of every thoughtful entry. My son has a joke book called You're Joking Me, Jokes for Kids by a Kid. And it's actually been in airports across the country and in Walmarts and grocery stores. And so He's really been gifted with the ability to come up with jokes. So these are all original jokes in here for Dad. So we wanted to, the subtitle for this one is Words to Honor and Humor You. And so there'll be entries in there, like for instance, Donna, back to you again on that. My mom's dad was a colonel in the Air Force, and they traveled a lot. And one of the entries that we have in here talks about the way that a dad provides for sometimes and anticipates what will come for the family. And so dads are hard workers, and most of them want to do well by their family and to look out for their family and anticipate what their family's going to need. So there's a story in there about how my grandfather, my mom's dad, did that for her family when they moved to Germany. And so just some hopefully poignant moments, just some appreciation. And like I said, we see you, Dad. We want to honor you, but we also want to put some lightheartedness in your role as a dad. And so both of these books are available on Amazon and some other outlets, but that's probably the primary place. But our whole family's desire is to be able to just encourage people in their relationships, and to provide some just appreciation and humor and lightheartedness, because as we've all experienced, life can be really hard sometimes. And sometimes we don't get to say to people the things that we want to say. And so these books are designed to be able to be a tool to say to people, I see you, I care about you, I know you've done these things for me. I want you to know that I appreciate you. And so that's what we're about. We're a family of authors, and I work with authors professionally in the publishing world. And so I spend a lot of time looking at at different writers and their work. And I put a couple of websites up here in the chat, but my main business website is the BlytheDanielAgency.com, and then the website that has all of our books on it is ConnectingHeartsAndConversations.com. So would love to hear from you. Just hope that these books could be of encouragement, and just really neat to meet so many other people tonight. I love all the ideas and just the creativity that this group represents. So best to each one of you.
Oh, we're so excited to have you. My goodness. I jumped into the section about the jokes, and I have to read this one. It says, why was the fisherman distraught when the store gave him fake bait? Does anyone want to try to answer that? He wanted a real thing, REEL. So that was a really good joke. That book is just full of surprises, and I really would encourage everyone to get it as well. I will now announce my awards. Yvonne, I forgot, Yvonne, I'll bring you on, and then the rest of you, I think, are getting awards. Stephanie, congratulations, and I'll bring you up in a minute. So let me get Yvonne spotlighted for everyone. Yvonne, thank you for coming back. That's awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I need to catch up with you soon, so I'll do that very soon. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Last week was my first time here, and it was lovely. So I felt like I didn't want to do a hit and run, just come once and not. But I do have to leave earlier because I have grandkids in the house. So my name is Yvonne McCoy. I'm from Philadelphia, and one of the things that I discovered in 2020 was I was really kind of coasting in my business. And the way that showed up was I was hospitalized for 5 days. And when I came out, the world was shut down for COVID. And I was doing executive coaching for women in nonprofits. And they didn't have the money to pay their staff. So they had no money to pay me. So it was like watching the sinking of the Titanic. It was like a week I had a business, and the next week I didn't. And, what I discovered, like many entrepreneurs, instead of having a well-run business, I had a junk drawer. I had a lot of high-ticket courses that I had taken and not gotten results for. One was I paid $25,000, and at the end of the year, I still did not know who my ideal client was. I don't know how many of you can relate to that. Mm-hmm. I actually had more pieces than I needed for the puzzle that I was actually trying to put together. And I just figured, if I have to start over again, I want to do something that I like doing. And so what I did is I did a deep dive in my own business. It was like, what's in here? How can I streamline this? How can I focus on the things that I want? And so I came up with a system of how people get clients. So if you are really good at what you do and your clients love you, you do not have a service delivery or a solution problem. You have a client attraction problem. Once you get a client, they love you. Your problem is, how do I stand out in all the noise? And what I'm here to tell you is that we all have a uniqueness. There are not that many new things under the sun. You know, water is wet at room temperature, regardless where you are on this earth. But what you do with it makes all the difference in the world. And that's where your uniqueness is. So I have a workshop. I do it once a month, but it happens to be this coming week on Wednesday. It's called Attract Your Better Clients Using Your Unique Power. It's on Wednesday at 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Pacific. And basically what we dive into is, what is your unique power and what are the things that have kept you from discovering them? What is the gap in your client attraction process? And where are you leaving money on the table because you didn't think anybody was actually interested in it? When in fact, that's the thing that you do the best. So I have a lot of fun with what I do. I work primarily with women who are in services, but what I found that people don't understand is so many programs are really cookie cutter. They do not give you the personal touch to be able to customize your own system that you're hitting what your client needs. So some people need a really long lead time to get to and other people don't. And, you know, most programs are geared towards everybody moving at the same pace. So I would invite you to attend. I would say if you can, you know, I know this is a busy season. So if you can't attend, you may want to just sign up and get on my newsletter list, because one of the things that I can do for you, I typically do services and workshops and event networking events. But on Sunday, I put out a newsletter called the Sunday Scoop. So if I can promote you, you know, in terms of an event that you're having, let me know and I would be happy to put it in the newsletter. And I hope you all have a very good end of the year and a very profitable one. And thank you, Donna, so much for introducing me to this group. And we definitely need to talk in the future, anybody who's interested. So I put my information in the chat. And again, I apologize. I need to go because I have grandkids that are visiting.
No problem. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And definitely, yes, we'll put you in our list of things to do. So if anyone
Bye,
wants
Yvonne.
a
Take
conference,
care.
You should be reading them a bedtime story. And I have a suggestion for you.
Ooh, my grandkids are in college, but
Yeah, well, when they have kids and it's your great grandchildren, and hey, a grandchild or a child is always a child. So
dog, if that makes any sense, she would love the attention.
okay. So part two,
Fun.
we are now going to go into our awards ceremony. And I'm going to bring the people that didn't get a chance to speak before, so that I'll double team on the time. So I want to tell you about somebody who is very precious to me. She's very quiet. She never, you know, I have a lot of clients who want to go first and want to speak, and she's always like, you know, wherever you can fit me, I'll be there. And one of my sponsors and my biggest fans is Jean Ward, and I have learned so much from her. And yes, you know, she does Avon and Color Street, but she can find things that you would normally never believe that Avon can have. For instance, you can get health insurance through Avon, which I never knew. So if any of you are struggling with health insurance and want to get the best health insurance, and it's free. You don't even have to pay to be an Avon rep, but just by the association, you get health insurance, dental insurance, you get training, you get certifications, you get unbelievable tools for self-employment. So even if you have a regular business, you might just want to really give it a look, because not only does it have some great products, but it also has some services that we as business owners need. So over to you. She's a wealth of knowledge, and she is my two-time award winner. She won last year and she won this year. She's also very competitive. We had a side challenge, and Jean can compete, let me tell you. So over to you, Jean. Tell us what you have this holiday season, and she can divvy in and find things that you would never know existed. So here you go.
I looked at the website just a little while ago, and I've been an Avon ambassador for almost 14 years. I've been, for a while it was more like a hobby. I wasn't really doing anything with it. Family, friends, myself. But then when COVID hit, I lost my job. I worked in advertising and nobody was advertising, so they downsized. So I said to my husband, I'm going to see what I can do with this. So since 2019, I've been really working at Avon, and I've grown from three clients to over 30. And it's been a wild ride. I've learned a lot about beauty products, but also self-care, the difference between, your summer moisturizer and your winter moisturizer. And I'm diabetic, so my skin is very dry. And, so there are people who have specific needs year round because of health conditions or whatever. So it's been really a learning experience. And the people I meet, from people younger than me to people older than me, everybody loves Avon. They have a story. Oh, my grandmother sold it. I used to follow my mother around making deliveries. I love all of that. The whole social aspect of it is really great. If you like to meet people, you want to sell Avon because you meet some really amazing people. And the products are really good. I know that Avon, I think it's Avon Global. I don't even know if they're still around, but a few years back, Avon sold the Canada and United States, called Avon North America, to LG. And it was floundering a bit. It wasn't doing very well, but LG has really revitalized it. So anything you hear about Avon going out of business or whatever, it's not Avon North America. They're going strong. Their products, there's still a lot of the Avon products that you know and love and your mother used and your grandmother used, but there's also now a lot of new products, and some of them are really, really great. There's a new lip line, tinted like lip, but they also have a special moisturizer, and I just bought the plumper. So, and it works. I couldn't believe it. My top lip disappears, but not when I use the plumper. So if you have any questions or any specific beauty products you want to talk about, or if you have a skin condition, there's Physiogel, and there's Skin So Soft, and I'm sure I can help you. Give me a call. My information is in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, some of you might wonder what these awards are about. We have a 10-point criteria. And the 10 points are leadership. We want to know who the leaders are. Motivation, because we want to empower people. Like our name says, Bright Side. We want bright people in our lives. And so you can go on our website, discoverbrightside.com/awards, to read more about it. And we want you to attend our Zoom and participate and do things with us, and sponsor if you can, and if you can't, we also have other ways that you can participate. So the whole idea is that the more you participate during the year, at the end of the year, during our holiday season, you will be rewarded. So Jean and everyone who's won the award, check your inbox, because I sent you an email. In the email, you will get a badge that you can use on your social media website. You can use it on your website. Also, you will get a certificate that you can frame on your wall if you want, or you can post it on your Facebook pages or your Instagram. And also our magazine, which will be featured in our magazine as well. Now, all of you, Helena, Blythe, don't feel left out, because your products are also going to be in the magazine. They are coming out in our holiday edition. And our holidays are not Christmas. We love Christmas, but it goes right into Valentine's Day. So you will get a lot of marketing going on. So don't feel like we've left you out, because your products are going to be featured Amy, the Drymaster's top. So everybody, I think Amy's already in the holiday catalog. So everybody will be in the holiday catalog, and I will notify you by Friday on where you are in the magazine and where you are on the website. And then we'll also give you reports on where you were featured. So so expect to hear a lot from us. And thank you each of you for joining. You could have been somewhere else, but you chose to be with us. Now, Linda Thompson is one of Elton and I were going through the awards today. Do you know she is the only one that has been awarded 5 times? So our business is coming into our 6th year, January 1st, 2025 will be 6 years in business. And so Linda has been with us from day one. So Linda is the longest standing award winner in the group. And so Linda, congratulations. And we posted everything to your inbox. And she's driven from Georgia. So she's really tired. So go, Linda, and then you can leave and rest. Thank you for coming. And welcome home.
Thank you. It's good to be back, and it's good to see everybody. You'll see me a little bit more.
So tell us about your books quickly, and then we let you go.
Okay. Well, one of my books is Speak Positively and Expect the Victory, Words of Wisdom. I will be promoting that book more this year. And the other book is Jealousy or Envy, Is There a Killer in You? And both of the books are simple to read, and it's practical books about everyday living and things that we go through. So maybe later I'll be able to say more about it.
Yes, and Linda's also available for workshops and to speak. So she's also going to be one of our top speakers in our speaker category as well. So thank you, Linda. I know you're exhausted, and we love you. Thank you for being a sponsor and a big participant with Brightside. And we really appreciate you. So thank you. Congratulations.
I appreciate y'all too. I appreciate you too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so Bill Peckney has 50 years of service. He is not an ordinary man, but what we would call an extraordinary man. He has been an atmospheric scientist, but he is as humble and modest as you can imagine. If you were to just read his bio and all the things he's done in his world, and today he enjoys his life with his grandchildren and lives in Utah. And he is one of the most modest people, but one of the highest achievers that I have ever met, and can tell you so much about the world and climate and everything. He's an encyclopedia of knowledge, and his book, which many of you will get because he gave us 2 cases of his book. And so we will be giving some of them as prizes today and all through the year. So thank you, Bill, for being so generous. And not only generous, but he prepares slides for us, and he shows up, and he is with our group. And thank you for your service, and thank you for when you think about the military and all the stuff that y'all go through, if anybody came back from the military, they'd say, I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to meet people. I want to close my door and just be selfish. But these veterans, not only did they serve, but they continue to serve. And that's why we applaud them. So congratulations. This is his 2nd year of winning our award. So he's a 2-time winner. So over to you, Bill. Please introduce yourself. And thank you for all that you do. And congratulations on being the Brightside Empirical Review winner for your wonderful book that we love so much.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, and Elizabeth and Elton in particular. I'm honored to receive this award again. And I just a little bit about me. I grew up in Chicago, born and raised in Chicago, city slicker from Chicago. 50 years in the workforce, 27 of that with the U.S. Army, and including a short tour with the U.S. Navy hurricane hunters. I'm a meteorologist and an atmospheric physicist by education and trade, and a soldier scientist, actually. So born and raised in Chicago, as I said, now in retirement in northern Utah, and loving every minute of this retirement thing, where I've had the opportunity to write this first book. And let me share my screen real quickly, and I'll just summarize it in a few quick slides. So where is it? There it is. Okay, so
No.
can you see the slides now?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my book, A Tale of Two Climates. It's about that widely controversial subject these days of climate change and weather. And so
One
what
second,
it's
Bill.
about is the other side of the story that you typically see in the media, which is the what I call the reality side of climate and weather. And it's a few highlights of the book is books that what you'll see in it is that one of my main points is that the control knobs on our climate and weather are not people and their SUVs and the fossil fuels that they burn. Rather, it's the sun, water, and planetary motion. And that's what I believe, and that's what a lot of people believe. Unfortunately, there's way too much what to call it, fear mongering going on. And the weather and climate is an easy way to do that fear mongering for the purpose of money, power, and control. And so I'm on the other side of this, which says, in a nutshell, that there is no climate crisis. So sleep well, be well. And this is what's controlling our climate. On the planetary motion side, there's a lot going on. The spin cycle, the axial rotation of the Earth, its tilt, and that tilt is changing. That gives us our seasons. Axial precession is what's also going on. Like a top and orbital rotation is changing too, from nearly circular to slightly elliptical orbits. And so that's what's driving our climate. And I spend the first third of the book talking about how all these different effects contribute to climate. One thing that a lot of people mistake, and so did I early on, was that, as you see in this slide here, this is surface temperature as a function of time from 2000 on the left to 2030 on the right. And the red zigzag lines are weather events, what's going on in our backyard. But climate is a large area and large and over large time frame trend in weather events, as you see in the black line there. And a lot of people don't realize that. And so I spent a lot of time in the book about how this came to be. And then the other really big part of my life and my book is about the carbon family. And these are what we typically see in our air, elemental carbon or soot or carbon monoxide, the very deadly byproduct of which is largely controlled now from our vehicles. Carbon dioxide, which is what I really want to talk about just for the last few moments here in calcium carbonate. Those are the family of carbon products, the first two being pollutants. Carbon dioxide is often viewed as a pollutant, but it is not. And so that's another trend in the book. Speaking of carbon dioxide, the satellites since the 60s now have been taking pictures of our planet, and what they've seen over the past 4 decades or so is that our planet is greening, and it's because of carbon dioxide predominantly, not just that. There are a few other things, but the majority of the greenness that has happened over the last 4 decades is due to our airborne fertilizer and oops, hold on. And airborne contributor and ground contributor to photosynthesis, which gives us the ability to live on this planet. Without carbon dioxide and water vapor and in the presence of sunlight and plant life, create the food we eat, the plant food we eat, as well as the oxygen that's a part of the atmosphere that we breathe. Without the two, water and carbon dioxide, there is no life on this planet. So here's the reality summary of the book. It's an airborne fertilizer that greens the earth, as I just talked about, and then photosynthesis, which I just talked about. And in the air, it acts as a blanket also to prevent the earth from being perpetually frozen. And that's this greenhouse effect that you hear about. But CO2 does not control the earth's temperature. CO2 is a part of the greenhouse effect. The big dog in the greenhouse effect, though, is water vapor. And so that's the reality of what's going on around us. So then in summary, what I also talk about in the book is that we've got to be good stewards of our planet. We've got to keep it clean, both the air, the water, and the land that we live on. And recognize that our weather and our climate are always changing. And what I really want to come out of this easy to read nonfiction book is to impress upon parents and impressionable youth and have them know that we really don't need to be afraid of climate change. It's natural. There's a small human component to it, but it's, as I showed in that first slide, it's mostly about the sun, water, and planetary motion. So study it, respect it, adapt to it, and most importantly of all, enjoy this weather and changing climate that we have. I do want to say, for those of you that have been affected by hurricanes, my apologies. That's something that's horrible for everybody that has to experience it. In fact, though, when you look at through the rearview mirror of history, as I do in the book, and look at the history on severe storms, namely tornadoes and hurricanes, they're decreasing, not increasing, as our weather and climate modestly, our temperature modestly increases in a beneficial way. So enjoy our weather. And then lastly, here's the contact information on me if you want to take a screenshot, or I can email you the slides if you'd like, or you can get them from Elton and Elizabeth. And it's also on Amazon. And but you can get it if you want a signed copy. You can order it directly from me, or get it complimentary from Elton and Elizabeth at Brightside. I'm just starting this year on a new book, which is Memoirs of a Soldier Scientist, which is about my life as in both the Army of 27 years, excuse me, and industry, the aerospace industry at Northrop Grumman for another almost 22 years. And so I'm hoping to be done with that by the end of the year. And the goal of that book is to tell you what's behind this thread of climate and weather that's been through me being both a soldier and a scientist. And lastly, I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody that's here today, and Elton and everybody that produces this podcast, and Elizabeth. Thank you very much for the award. Thank you, all you veterans, for all you do, and everybody else. Thank you for being here. That's it for me.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Okay, let me
If you
stop
can
sharing.
Stop sharing. Yeah, that would be great. Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, I wanted one last thing.
Yes, go ahead.
Donna, I totally and 100% agree with you as a former soldier that with your presentation on life insurance and doing everything you can to prepare for the worst. Like I wasn't quite like you on 9/11. I was, though, on the runway at Chicago's International Airport, frozen on the runway when that happened. I was on my way to the Pentagon, but never got off the ground that day. And again, thank you for all you do.
Yep. and I was in Montreal, Canada, during 9/11. Otherwise, I might have also been closer to that area because our head office was downtown New York. So I was
Mm,
in Canada, Stephanie.
yeah.
So in Quebec, safe and sound.
That's my hometown, Montreal.
I know. I was there for a year. We want to bring Dr. Helena. She's got some slides to share, and then we'll bring everybody back to say something. But Elton wants to make an announcement. We're offering a 50% discount on our $5.99 a month price that we have
Let
for you
me
to
offer it,
sponsor it.
please.
But he's going to give you the offer.
All right. Whoa! Merry Christmas, everybody. Anybody trying to sell some more products? Anyone? Come on, raise your hands if you want to sell some Christmas specials. Hey, 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 hey. Good to see you all. We're so excited. You're going to feel the spirit here, get you excited about your Christmas season. And there are customers out there looking for you. They're looking for you, and we're going to help you find them. Now, this is an important time of the year. Anybody wanted to be, so we're looking to be really have a finish to the good year. We want a good finish to the finish of the year, and we want to help you get there. It's our job. We're trying to motivate you to get you in front of the right people. So the people that you talk to and introduce your product to will find a way to see what you're doing. We're really excited about you. We're excited about working with you, and thanks for being on our call. And we want to try to convert all of you to our internal clients and help you reach more and more people. Now, here in America and Northeast markets, I don't know which market buys and sells the most product, but the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast product lines are just amazing. And so there are people out there looking for you, and there are 330 million people in America. 330 million people in America. What would it be like if 100 million were looking for you? What would it be like if 100 million people were looking for you? Now, you can't find them if you're not looking for them. And so we offer a platform that helps you reach the people the way you need to reach them and share your product line. Now we're going to help you. We're going to work with you all to make sure that you have better videos, better visibility, a streamlined product delivery, and a focus on what you need to share with the customers you're talking to. And also, you got to find a way to talk to clients the way they need to be heard. The way they need to hear you. Most people listen to the radio station WIFFM. Yeah, that's how it is. WIIFM. Yeah. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? So how do I profit? How can I profit? So 100 million people, which we're targeting for you to reach, and you share with them the details of what your product line do, and you can show them how they can cultivate and benefit your product line, then we're there. We're there. So now we've got a new product focus where we can reach a million people in a minute. So we need to get on board. And we are reducing our product cost 50%. 50%. Now we've got 2, 3, 4 product offer packages. $2.99, $5.99. What is that? The year's annual 6-month price and a year's price. Now you got to reach the people. You got to reach the people. You got to talk to them, share with them, and tell them what your product lines offer and do. Once you do that, then people will call you up. And if you're not getting the phone calls from people who are looking for what you offer, then you're not talking to enough people. Now, raise your hands if you know how to tell people what your products can do and how much they'll cost. Raise your hands. If I got you 15 people on the phone and they're interested in your product, can you tell them what your products can do and how much it can cost? No. I see Donna. Yeah, I know. Donna, now you bring me the people. I'll share with them what I need to do. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to get more people in front of you so that you can, because if you're not getting them to the bottom line, what will it do and how much will it cost? What will it do and how much will it cost? Now, I'm going to answer that question for you now. If I have to find a way to get you 20 people, at least 20 to 25 people per month, asking you how much does it cost? 20 to 25 people talking to you, asking you how much does it cost? And if you get 20 people, 20 to 25 people in front of you, now, and if you can't close 10 of them, 10 of them, 10 of them, now 10 of them, now that's not a whole lot. Now, I don't know where you stand. We haven't had that conversation, but 10 of them, and if they each can buy, most of you, let's just put it out front on a basic scale. 10 people should equal, I don't know if it does, $1,000. Now, some of you have different product lines and it might not equal $1,000, but I need you to find out so that when we talk, how much will it cost? How many people will I need to talk to get $1,000? How many people do I need to talk to raise $1,000? Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know how much you spend for Christmas, but $1,000, will that almost cover your Christmas bill? If it will, say yeah. If it'll cover your Christmas bill, say yeah.
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 Okay. So let's talk about that. So now, from now till December 31st, I'm giving you 15 to 20 days. Yeah, we're offering you $2.99 special. You buy our $2.99 package. It's usually about $5.99, but $2.99 will get you in front of people that you need to talk to. Now, and we'll talk the details with you. But this is an important time, and I'm committing to help you make your finish to the year and get you started to the beginning of the year. Now, you know how it is. We're in business to make money. Go along. I want to make a few dollars. Are you in business to make money? Raise your hands if you're in business to make money. Are you in business to make money? Come on now. Grip to it. It's yours, and you're supposed to be there. So let's get our thoughts in order. It's an important time, and we want to be your teammates. We want to be your partners. We want to help and support you. We want to give you what you need. First and foremost, we're going to keep you motivated. Say motivated.
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 Get up in the
Motivated.
Motivated. So, and you asked the question, Donna, where was I at December? 9/11? I was a contractor, and I had a balcony apartment on the East Coast of Maryland. And I tell you, it seems so obvious, but when 9/11 happened, I was right on the coast, and there was a black cloud that just rolled by. It took 2 days to pass by, a black cloud. And it was almost the spirits and the people the devastation and the loss. And I sat there on my balcony, and I was so sad because all these people who lost their lives. But, we live and we keep on living. And so, we experience what we experience for particular reasons. So just remember that. We're here to help, and we want to be partners with you. So now, remember this well. Before the 31st gets here, you need to send me an email. Send us an email that says Super Bright Side. Super Bright Side. Super Bright Side. If you want to take advantage of this offer, say Super Bright Side. Put that down, Super Bright Side, meaning I want to take advantage of this offer because next year I want to be in the full-fledged, and we need to make some dollars and dollar bills. And so those of you that have books and that you're trying to sell your books, how much, and I need you to think about this. How many cases of books will give you $1,000? How many cases of your books will get you $1,000? Some cases, it may be 10 cases of your books. In some cases, how many cases of your product will get you $1,000? I don't know. You need to answer that, and so we can help you figure out some solutions to that. And so some things I need to think about. I need you to think about. I'm not gonna hold you any further. I just sat there and I was listening, and I said to myself, and Stephanie, your books. I mean, I thought the other morning, was it 2 mornings ago? I woke up. My mother just passed, and in November the 15th, and I said, I thought to myself, she changed every diaper I ever wore. Changed every diaper I ever wore. Never complained and never reminded me of that. And so, every meal, she always kept me hot meals. I mean, even till I'm a grown adult, my mother was always there for me. And so, I mean, my father was just like that too. So we have roles that we have to play. And so I remember the people and you remember people that are special to you. And so I wanted to take that time, and I got up and I woke up and I'm still grieving, and it hadn't really hit me, but that diaper thing shook me. It shook me. She changed every diaper I ever wore. And even well, no, she didn't. She wasn't the one. And I had a nanny or a daycare, but I don't remember them. I just remember my mother. So God be praised, and we want to be there for you, and we want to give a special offering for the people that make a difference for you in your life. And so God be praised. Happy holidays.
Yes.
Merry Christmas. All right, that's all.
And 1,000 is nothing when you think about just this week alone. And I know all your products are waiting to be put in my catalog, but I will be doing that tomorrow. But this week alone, there's going to be billions of dollars exchanged. Never is it like a time like the Christmas holiday season where an Amazon, everybody doesn't like Amazon. Everybody says they don't make money on Amazon, but it's not true, because a billion people are on Amazon buying books and products just like yours. And so you want to make sure that they're searching for you. And one of the things is, if you come with us, that's great, but Google advertising, you got to get Google advertising. You got to get people to your website. You got to get people to your Amazon page. And you got to think of everything possible that you could be doing right now to get that traffic. And as for Donna, Donna has one of the greatest gifts, a child gift, to give someone insurance. So next year, Elton, Donna, and Reginald are going to be building a wealth management program so that everybody gets wealthy. So I'll bring her on in a minute to talk about that as well. But before I do anything, Helena is in Finland and she's waiting to show us these slides. And so I do not want to take that away from her. And we are working. So if you need anything, give us a call. We're here for you. And if you want to run some ideas, call us. But this is the week. This is the week. So make sure you're picking up the phone, you're sending emails, you're on. So we haven't been on social media because we are mourning Elton's mom. And just out of respect for the family, I haven't been really posting anything because he lost his mother. But I will do that in my private VIP groups so that I don't upset the family in any way. So I will make sure that I can do it as modestly and decently as I possibly can, but I will be promoting each of you. So do not despair. But if you do want to be a sponsor, because the reason why you need to sponsor is because you have to boost your posts and advertise and reach more people. So it goes beyond us and it goes viral. So if you want to learn more about it, give us a call or text us. So over to you, Dr. Helena. I didn't mean to hold you in Finland at 2:30 in the morning. I appreciate you so much. I hope you come back and definitely show us those beautiful slides.
Yeah, thank you. And I will share my screen here. So our product is a book, and we first started trying it as a Finnish language version. We brought it to market in Finland a year ago. And in Finland, in a country and in a language that has 5 million speakers only, the book has sold almost 4,000 copies so far. And so there are 100 times more English language speakers in the world than there are Finnish language speakers. So now that we are bringing the English language version to market, we definitely expect to see more than that in sales. And the book is something that we have created for both grown-ups and teenagers, and also younger children than that. So 10-year-olds and even younger are reading this in enthusiasm. But at the same time, it is at the heart. It is a grown-ups book for grown-ups. A graphic novel, a non-fiction graphic novel, where the point is to open the reader's eyes to a fascinating world. It's kind of a Narnia moment when you start getting the information that the animals that we are sharing this planet with. But though I'm sorry, I write English much better than I speak. But But so the animals with whom we are sharing this planet, they are surprisingly intense and emotional beings. And scientists are finding out more and more about the detail that what exactly animals are feeling, what do they need to be happy, what kind of things can we accidentally do that are causing them stress or pain. And how to correct that. And even though this book is about horses, there's plenty of stuff that applies to many other animals, cats and dogs and so on. And also we've been noted, some of the readers have been thinking that there are lots of people, lots of things about people in this book that are kind of, it's eye-opening to think about people in the same terms, what makes us happy, what's important for us. Now that we are starting to bring it to the English language market, right yesterday, well, day before that, Sunday, this week, Sunday, we were featured on Psychology Today website. You might know this magazine. The web version has 11 million visitors. Of course, not everybody reads them, everything, but Mark Bekoff, who is a respected old scientist in this field, was kind enough to interview me over the weekend, and here on the Psychology Today we have this interview with some excerpts from the book, which already is showing in the sales on Amazon. So I will be showing just a couple of examples of the pictures here. So what we have been doing here is to take together some basic points, especially for horse enthusiasts, but also anyone who is living with animals or interested in them, showing and developing ways how to tell in pictures how the animals actually feel. One example is that very many people who have horses as hobbies are in this habit of patting the horses when the people themselves are happy, and what some people call this Olympic slap. So this really hard patting, some people think that horses enjoy it. It's actually as painful to them as it would be to us. Horses actually like scratching. And this is just kind of one example of how we have been trying to develop visual ways. I have been teamed up with two of the two artists here, Maija Karala and Ville Sinkkonen. They are considered to be two of the best science-based animal artists in Finland, and they have this ability to draw the really lifelike detailed pictures. Part of the book is text for those who are interested in more information, and each of the 10 chapters ends with a QR code so that the book continues on your phone. There's plenty more information on the exclusive online content. But then there's scientific content told in a very fun way. How, for example, how horses and any animal and people can get happy when you give them something nice, such as a carrot, but they get much happier if they get to search for it themselves, if they can feel the joy of working towards something. And it's one of the hardwired behavioral needs that animals have in their brains to do some natural food searching behaviors instead of just being given it. And then there are these pictures for showing people how to learn to recognize facial expressions in horses. Many animals have lots of very nuanced facial expressions, but they are so different from humans that it takes skill and knowledge to learn how to recognize what they feel from the little movements in their ears and how their muscles around their eyes are tensing in different ways. Then there is a story. There are human protagonists whom we follow through the book. It's kind of a typical growth story that there are two people who start being kind of a bit antagonized from different ways of thinking, and they learn to understand each other in addition to learning to understand their horses through this book. So it's also their journey to friendship. And all of the scientific information is presented as parts of this story. And we're also following a young colt growing up, being born in the book, and then growing up and learning all of the things that the young animal needs to learn and what kind of environment people need to provide. And there's even some stuff that quite experienced horse people have been thanking us for being new to them. And so now the book is on Amazon, and so the price is $29.99. And on the Amazon, it's been nice to see how it's been selling, especially that Psychology Today featuring on Sunday was quite efficient in terms of sales. One thing that we have, I know many people have lots of adverse experiences on selling on Amazon, and one thing that came as a surprise to us was that before enrolling the book on Amazon, I was naively thinking that when somebody searches for a book on Amazon, all they need to do is to type the name of the book, the title of the book on the Amazon search bar. But actually, that's not how it works. If you have not paid for visibility, if you have not paid quite a lot for visibility, because if you go to Amazon and in the search bar, even if you type the title of the book in exactly the way how it is written here, it does not show up. You also need to include the name of the publisher. Like if we just go to the Amazon site as if we were coming there as a customer. So here we are on Amazon. Even if we go to books, if we just type the Mind of the Horse. Oh, now it seems to start coming. It seems to be that this weekend's sales have helped. Previously, if we just typed The Mind of a Horse, other books came up. Even there are several others who have similar names, but even books that have quite different names came up. But previously, ours did not show up yet. Now it has started showing up. The one quite sure way of finding it is to type Mind Horse and then the publisher's name, Arador, which is our company. And that at least brings it up there. But so it's been quite a journey to learn how to use Amazon as a seller, but it is a powerful marketplace, clearly, as if you can get people there. But if any of you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. And thanks for listening, and thanks for putting up with my accent, because even though at my work I do quite a lot of writing in English, but I'm much less. We have other people doing the marketing here in the company who actually are much more fluent in speaking English than I am. But if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Yes. So you mentioned that you sold in Finland 4,000 around with it. So in America, the model, according to Amazon, you have to reach 5,000 books sold to become independently centered.
The English language version has we have only now started. I mean, it's been only a few weeks available for the English language market.
Okay.
So we kind of first, because we don't. Both myself and my artist colleagues, we have a lot of experience in writing books, and they have a lot of experience in illustrating books. But this is the first book that we have self-published.
Okay. Very
good. So we first tried, because Finland is a nice little sandbox for trying out things. Yeah. And so we first tried how it goes to market it here, and it actually exceeded our expectations, because almost 4,000 books in 1 year in a language that only has 5 million speakers.
That's very good. Now,
yes, it's promising. So now we are searching, and we have actually got some quite nice. I can't talk about them yet, but we have got some nice offers from a media company that offers us quite big time visibility.
Yeah, according to Amazon, though, because I've studied their research on these kind of things, they're suggesting that to be completely independently fluid with your book sales, you have to sell 5,000 books, and it's going to cost you anywhere between $7,500 to $15,000 to reach that number. But 5,000 books sold, huh? Yeah,
it kind of depends. It also depends on your expenses. Our production was a bit more expensive than usual because the drawing of those high detail cartoons or comics took quite a lot of time.
Yeah, I imagine.
And of course, there was, because it is a huge heap of scientific knowledge distilled into an very easy access format. So also developing that, it was a lot of fun, but it took a lot of time to,
Yeah, there's a
to work.
technical aspects to that, meaning who is your market? Who's your target market?
Yeah, our main target market is people who are interested in animals.
Yeah. Well, in your case, people who are interested in horses, have a horse, are looking to buy a horse or train and care for horses. But finding out that model or information is premier. So
one of those channels. I mean, Amazon is not our only channel. So one of the channels through which we have been selling is various organizations, pony clubs, and others in the horse enthusiast world.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been playing around with the idea of, I have some land, and I've been playing around with the idea of caring for horses.